Hey there, Aries. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here, give us that big thumbs up, like, and share. Help us get the word out about this channel. Help your people level up. Help ease up your own world, because as each one of us steps into our truth and power of who we are, our world gets bolder, better, and brighter, and easier on you and me. So why not? Also, make sure you leave comments down below. I love to hear what's going on the other side of this camera and find out what else is going on in these stories that I don't know about. Okay, friend? And if you've given a donation, thank you. I appreciate you. We have many new decks that have come in, and it has been fun walking through these energies. Now, if you've wondered where I have been, call it Hurricane Sally. She rode her Mustang nice and slow right over to where I am, bashed out the bridges, threw barges everywhere, flooded all over the place, and it took a minute to be able to get my power back to you guys so that I could be consistent, because that's what I love to do, is to bring these in here for you. Now, if you haven't already, check out the Magic Monday. Those readings are not for the Monday or the Friday. They're just 2 extra reads that come out during the week so that you can know when to tune in and to find them to help kick off your week and to help kick off your weekend, my friend. So with that being said, Aries, I'm telling you, there's some shenanigans going on up in here. Deceit is afoot. And you're talking about a big tuba-luba of it. You were showing me the big tube, the big game, and you were blasting yourself on out of there. You're like, whatever I got to do, you've been synergizing your power to blast right past this, to be delivered of it. Now, if you did watch the Magic Mondays, you know that they're calling this week the One Card Wonder. And I was like, 1 card? Okay, cool. Which deck? And they're like, this one, this one, this one. I'm like, what? And they're like, you're going to take 1 card from each one. So there we are. We've got the oh, wow, you tricked. Okay. So we've got, this is a Mystical Dream Oracle, Mystical Dream Tarot, I think. And you got Judgment. It's interesting. Some call him a liar, some call him a liar, but you're saying liar, liar, pants on fire. Deceit, of course, deceit is lies. It is trickery. And you are about to explode. That's what you're showing me about going through that tuba. Tuba, luba, luba. Why are you saying that? I don't know, but it does have to do with love. The deception was going on in love for some of you. Okay, I'm just going to say what I see. This is new for me to just do and talk about these things, but for some of you, there has been cheating going on. Some of you, the cheater, okay? And hopefully that blasting out the tube in the game is you'll quit playing the games and you will commit to one and leave the other behind. Be true to your heart, because the thing is you might be shifting around on 2 different people, but really you're shifting around on yourself. You're not giving yourself the stability or the fullness of the connection that you deserve, that they deserve, to bring in divine sight is what you're talking about. Being able to see so clearly that your heart aligns and you begin to breathe again. It's something, for some of you, there was divorce in your home growing up, or you yourself have also been divorced, but it caused this division, this self-protective mode coming on. There's, yep, you're highlighting the thorns here. That it's going to be flip-flop. Some of you are the one doing, and some of you, this was done unto you. Okay, so let's not be pointing the finger and all that, because we just need to do the energy work to come on up out of here, because you got a beautiful place you are going. Where it is yet, Aries, I do not know, but it is on the other side into the temple of God, coming back into where you trust yourself, you trust your intuition, and you don't feel like you're being played, or you're no longer the player. That brings about your prosperity, and that begins to mirror your truth and your power and your passion from the life of heaven. Because Aries, as much as you have so much gusto, so much get up and go, a lot of it really has to do with wanting our world to be a better place, coming from this passion, this love, this divine instinct that you have to help others and to come along. But also there's a bit of like bending of some rules and chambers you're talking about, and I'm like, okay, what is that all about? Secrets rising up from the depths. And when it catches you off guard, you don't realize that you can put the brakes on that and have the power to give yourself permission to be the bigger person. And this isn't in regards to other people, to be the bigger version of yourself. It's just like, we can all be talkers, who knows? But the important thing to learn is to think before we speak, right? That's being the bigger person. For them, no, for us, because I don't want to taste that nasty regret up in my mouth. I don't want to hear ugly words flying out of me. I also don't want to be subject to auras around my ears of things coming out and using my mouth as a manifester and then me having to eat it. I'm like, hails to the no. But yeah, that's what she's saying. She's like, full stop, baby. Let's put a stop to that. And that's straight up it. Being able to take that moment, that flash dance is what they're talking about, feeling the rhythm and the energy of yourself, to know your instinct, your impulsiveness, to call it your instinct and your forward motion, and to know instinctively when something doesn't feel right. To have that check, that guard set up within yourself, to divide, that was the divorce, to decide. Some of you feel like things were decided for you and you're not too cool with that. Some of this is a reaction, like knee-jerk or reflex going on in accordance to that. But also when that happens, you're not in control. Someone else is. You're being played, or you're playing yourself. All right? You're lying to yourself. No more lying to yourself. Let's step into the hermit. Let's step into the high priestess. And let's step into the judgment, our power to stop all time. Because that's the thing, in the blink of an eye is what you're talking about here. You see this eye going on? In the blink of an eye, you know. Know thyself is what the message of this channel is here. Because when you do, you will feel it in your gut, which is very Aries, right? It is the instinct. It is our major brain. It is where we discern the environment around us and what is going on, and we have to trust it and support it instead of stymieing it, stifling it, stuffing it down, and then doing what we want regardless, or engaging in behaviors that aren't even acceptable to us because we're playing out patterns. Interesting read here, y'all. Okay, so along with that, we're going to get a rune. About removing the rock. There's a stumbling block here for some of you. One side of this dynamic is flourishing and the other one is stuck, like constipated is the best way to say it. Okay. Y'all gentled on that, I tell ya. You just eased on through and gentled on this. So it has to do with the warrior. The will of heaven, patience, deep dive, molding character, and timely relationship. So knowing everything is for a season and to accept the bigger picture of life going on here is what you are talking about. Oh, and some of you are howling like a ghoul is like, whoa, and I'm going, oh my word. What are y'all doing to me? What are you doing, Aries? Talking about entering into the temple steps, the place of forgiveness, the place of woe. Because when you enter into that temple, you see yourself and you see yourself clearly. But let me tell you, that crying, it only lasts for a night because joy comes in the morning. In that moment of seeing yourself, it is like the heaviness and the weight, but it's also the weightlessness. It is the release of that gravity, of that heaviness, of that burden, that then you can see yourself plainly, see yourself clearly. It's like the log comes out of your eye. And then you get back into alignment with your true eye, with your truth, with your ability to see and to perceive, both through all of the layers, all of the eyes. If you ever want to know about the eyes, tune into some Scorpios. They talk about it all the time, from our intelligence all the way down into our instinct to our great I amness. All right. So let's get into we're going to get a moon oracle. Goddess of the moon or whatever it is. I don't know. It's some new deck you got me. I'm all excited about it. I love the imagery here. So let's take a look at this. About the somberness, about the truth in the eye. Come on, bring it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. 5. The power is in your hands. You hold the power to make the change, to manifest the world that you dream of. Whoa. For some of you, that's tough to swallow. My throat just went utterly dry, like eating dust. So that would let me know there's a bit of a choking going on with humbling yourself, surrendering, submitting, that type of thing. But when you realize it's to your own self, to your own truth, into the temple, into the knowledge, into the knowing of who you are, shedding these old unforgiveness patterns, these old players are being played, the snags, the thorns, the things that hinder, that bind, that bleed, that cut, that leave a mark and an impression that's not in alignment with who you are. Okay, they draw blood, which is unnecessary. All right, because the warrior here is wild. That's talking about the will of heaven. That's very much about surrender. Patience, very much about surrender, because patience is not a thing, a waiting. It is a process. All right, it's a development and evolution through the period of time, through the TION. Okay, that's how you mold character and you come about in a timely relationship. And look, it's reiterating here because that is a pocket watch. Talking about you hold it, you hold the power to possess yourself, to be in full authority. And that begins to wake up your divine light and therefore your divine right to manifest and to bring forth life and life abundant, financially, physically, relationally. So some of you, there is like spiritual energy of ADD, ADHD that has, harangued you for some time. It's sitting over there like just it annoys you, and it rises up at the worst time, at the time you definitely didn't want it to happen, because you think it's melting away and moving away, and then it crops up, whether it's you or one of your children or a loved one, whatever it is. It's that bit of like an impulsive break against the rhythm of life and how it should go, and that's how you've been wrecking your world. But it's so not true. But somehow watched pot doesn't boil, right? It's the taking of that time. So it's saying find yourself and losing yourself. When the time is occurring and you're needing to wait, you're needing to let something come about, let something evolve. Those are like little pauses, little breaks, little segues, little refreshers is what they're saying, in order to regain your strength and your energy, your clarity, in order to move forward again. It's almost like you'll go on blast and burst, blast and burst, blast and burst, and to be okay with that, to be chill with that. And I used to teach my kids, I said, if there isn't any drama going on, don't cook any up, because life is giving you a rest and a reset before some more comes. It's a time to be able to gain foresight and to receive some synergy and some information and symbology and some meditation, just some plain up reserve energy. So when those things come, they don't catch you off guard, unprepared. Okay, when you have the resources there, you may not even know you have them or what they were there for, but it begins to clock and tick and turn and weave and move together, because you're no longer liar, pants on fire, right? You're able to trust yourself, to listen to yourself, and when the moment comes, your character rises up to meet you and to greet you, and you're able to bring forth this beauty, this abundance in this life. To not be left out in the cold, to not turn on yourself and to provide faulty results because you've tampered with it. Okay. This will be an interesting one to listen back to. I'm like, y'all, all right, you got lots of nuggets up in here. Now we got the Black Tarot coming in because we're talking about power this week. Pluto and Mars wanted to step in and to offer you their assistance. They're both power planets and empowerment planets, and they can sometimes get a bad rap, bad name, and just be played up on one side of the issue instead of realizing that they afford their whole energy to you. They're not fragmented, okay? That was our old form of thinking. Remember, our limited perspective. And therefore, if something is a half-truth, it is a lie. So let's get the whole truth here about what Pluto is up here for you. Let's see. Ooh, the Magician. Again, reiterating this, 5 is a number of manifestations. Some see it as chaos and confusion, but I'm like, you hold the power in your hand. You got 5 of these, Manny. You can manifest, you can manipulate, and that doesn't mean others. That means your own energy to move it around, but don't be meddling too much, okay, or you're going to falsify the results. But here it's being able to surge your roots down, and this has to do with the retina, the image at the back of your mind. What have you been ruminating on in the back of your mind, Aries? That's what we've got here. Some of you, it's your ancient dragon. Some of you, it's your deep spirit cat. Some of you, it's a burned-in image from previous lives. Like, you could talk about past lives, but I mean, that can be our elders, like an old grandmother, whoever you grew up with, and maybe some things they said to you, hopefully loving and supporting, but we can also grow from those cruel or rude or negative things. It's like, oh, okay, that's what I don't want. So what do I want? The power of permission. That cuts the light on, causes the neurons to fire, and it brings forth the setting of the image. All right? But don't dwell on it too long because that'll burn it out. It'll meddle with the truth coming in there. Step into the light. Step into the light. The light of truth. Okay, thank you. This is very confusing, but they were telling me don't speculate. Don't speculate. So speculation can come when, say there's someone that you think is cute, and like, oh, they'll probably think I'm this, or they'll think I'm that, or you're really excited and you want to try for this job, and then you go, oh, I'm not qualified, da da da. That's speculating. Stay away. That's muddying the results in your life, in your world. That's like some of the ADHD squirrel that's coming along. It's like, hey. It's these other little energies, these thoughts, these words, because words are energies and they live around us. I mean, they're being murmured and mumbled all the time, because we live in an age of technology where it's traveling through the air, which we're about to step into. The energy of the air. There you are. But those speculations are what muddies the results and then causes you to be your own undoing. All right, Aries, so let's get this in line this month for the moon. Whatever month you tune into this reading, they're all timeless, but then watch it grow. Watch your divinity and watch your destiny grow because you're aligning with yourself and you're no longer working against yourself. You're working with yourself and you're going in the direction you should be going because you've awakened your divinity and your eternity. And you're taking yourself with you. You're taking possession, ownership of your house. You're getting the squatters, the demolition, all that. You're like scraping it off. Remove it from the schedule. Let's get you out of here. I have plans, divine plans. What they are, I don't quite know yet, but I'm going to follow the sun. I'm going to follow who I am and who I am divine to be and what I'm here for. I have desires, I have dreams, I have rewards that I am seeking. Those are the check-in points that let us know we're moving in the right direction, that we're in alignment of who we are. We are here as our fulfiller of our dreams, okay? So, with that, we got Mars coming in. Pitman, bringing in their truth. So amazing. The power of the cosmic world here from Aries. Let's bring in our Mars help to come alongside and tie together this message. Oh, you talk about eruptive. No, you can't be tricky. How did you get to? Give me a second. Okay, you had to create a picture for me to understand. This is being tied back. So Mars is here to work along with your manifestation of your world of who you are, which is fantastic because Aries is ruled by Mars, right? That impulse, that instinct, those type of things that have come along, they are here to help you. So some of you might kind of like backbite yourself for being this way, for being so instinctive, that you kind of stymie it and shush it up in a group meeting or whatever, and you're like, I'll dumb it down, I'll change it, I'll transfer it, I'll whatever. And they're like, no, we're going to erupt. Do you see that? So it was showing up like this. So we're talking about this power, this dynamic of the Eight of Diamonds is fueling and firing up your tree. And this is not like a tree that's being consumed by fire. This is the tree of life. This is the power of your passion, of who you are. You are a passionate person, and that is what you're here to bring. If you're here listening to this, your power that you bring to this world, this purpose that you have, is your passion. You're a catalyst. You wake up the room, you wake up the world around you. Instead of, shrinking it and bringing it down and putting it under the chair and setting the whole world on fire and causing trouble, let it rise up. Let it come up to the forefront. Let it be the bomb that gets dropped in the room, the elephant in the room. Everybody's like, did that just happen? And just wait. Just wait a moment. Wait a moment after the dust settles and the energy in the room begins to move again, and watch what happens. Do not disdain that this is how you are made. Okay? You're here to bring flesh back to dry bones, to awaken dreams, even prehistoric ones that were long lost through time, some civilization to our world, because you're going to create cosmic conversation is what you're talking about here. Well, that's an interesting place to leave it, Aries. Cosmic conversation, the catalyst of cosmic conversation. Be sure you leave me comments down below because I'd love to know what this is all about and how it's going about in your life. Also, thank you for stopping by. I love you.